It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it was a beautiful day.
Yes guys, welcome back to Rise Football Paradise, and it is very much a paradise today. I've got the shades on, the sun's out, and we're here at a ground you've probably never heard of. We're here at the Tiger Turf Stadium, known mainly as Meadow Park, and it is the home of Gloucester City AFC. They play in the National League North, and this is one of my local clubs. They're like 10/15 minutes away from where I live, but I'm not just coming here because it's convenient, it's on my doorstep. It is quirky. You might see in the distance there's shipping containers. Part of the stadium is made out of shipping containers, but not only that, there's so much that's gone on here over the years. Now, Meadow Park in its current state was built and opened, used by Gloucester City in 2020 during lockdown, but they did play here from 1986 to 2007. But in 2007, the area, the country, experienced major flooding. Now this is near a river, the banks of the rivers burst, and this place was absolutely flooded. On screen right now and is an example as to how flooded Meadow Park was. Literally, the water was like 8 feet tall. It almost went up to the top of the crossbar. Absolutely flooded. So naturally, Gloucester City had to move away from 2007 to 2020 whilst they decided what they were doing with this place. They agreed with the council what they were doing, and here we are. But within that time, from 2007 to 2020, Gloucester City played at their rivals, Cheltenham Town, where I'm from, Cheltenham. They played in Evesham, which is kind of close by as well. And of course, another Gloucestershire club we featured on the channel, Forest Green Rovers, the vegan club. Now, a subscriber of the channel, Andrew Bick, I'm sure he'll let us know in the comments below if I make any mistakes with the history of the ground and history of the club. So Andrew, get commenting below. Let's give this a go. They were founded, Gloucester City, in 1883, which is somewhat debatable. They were founded as like Gloucester, then they become Gloucester City, and I think then they went into like liquidation, reset up as like a YMCA club, and then here they are. There was a lot of moving parts to where they are now. Let's just go over this way one sec actually, because interestingly, it's quite a rare colour scheme in British English football. You can see the red shipping containers behind me over here, and you can see the badge. I mean, it's a similar colour scheme to Manchester United's badge, but you've got red and yellow are the home colours of Gloucester City. Now, I'm a massive Hulk Hogan fan. You know, one of my chow chows, he's called Hogan. So I'm loving the red and yellow colour scheme.
All right, the heavyweight champion of the world with perhaps his biggest test ever.
It's nice, but as you can see, shipping containers on the outside of the ground. Got the red and yellow home colours over here. But it's not just for decoration on the outside. The shipping containers make up a large part of the seating area. A lot of the capacity, I mean, Wikipedia has a capacity for this place at 4,000, but obviously take that with a pinch of salt because only a small portion of that is seating. But behind me over here is an example as to the shipping container quirky element to the stadium. I like it. You all right, buddy? So obviously they play in the National League North, but it's quite unpopular the fact that they play in the Northern League rather than the National League South, because Gloucestershire is by no means up north. It's not up south either. Up south, down south. But it's further south than it is north. And it's ironic that Worcester play in the National League South, whereas Gloucester play in the National League North, when Worcester is further north. It's all open, guys. Let's go and take a look at the pitch. Let's go. as you can see, guys, this is just open terracing, albeit fairly new. It's quite unusual. You see modern terracing. It normally looks really old, concretey, worn away. Yeah, very unusual. Nothing over the far side apart from one of those shipping container type buildings. Again, a similar thing over in the far side, basically a covered terraced area. Then you've got two main stands here. Obviously the one we just sat in with the lovely red and yellow colour scheme. Hulk Hogan would be proud. And another one over there, a couple of dugouts in the middle. So let's have a little wander around the outside of the pitch, get some shots, and hopefully I'll have a little browse of Wikipedia, get some more facts for you. Even the bins are the right colour, red. The beauty of watching football of this standard, obviously not today, some kids are playing today, is that you can have a pint with your food watching a game. Good, it's like the old days. But if you look at this menu, no bacon cheeseburger, no chicken fillet burger, no bacon roll, no sausage and bacon roll, no energy drinks, no kids drinks, nothing's on the bloody menu. So you'll just have to make do with a regular burger and a pint. Nothing wrong with that. So according to Wikipedia, guys, there are 762 seats in those stands. What I really like is they've actually got the founding date within the seats for such a small club like Gloucester City. You've got the 1883 over there in the distance. Let's get a close-up of that. It's nice though, it's not anything too special, but having been opened in 2020, it's nice to feel like a non-league club with terracing and stuff, which has been done in like a modern style. Very rare. Obviously, these non-league clubs tend to be kind of as they were many years ago. So Gloucester played in the Southern League for a whopping 70 years, but in recent times they've managed to get up to the National League North. And it's not looking good this season though, because they're filming this, they're currently second from bottom. I'm not actually sure how many teams get relegated, but I'm guessing they're going to be relegated, which is a shame. Even the toilets are in a shipping container. Ladies, men's. So I don't mean to keep referencing Hereford, but obviously we just mentioned that famous FA Cup game and we spoke about Hereford's history with the FA Cup. But Gloucester City, they had an FA Cup run of their own in the 89 to 90 season. They were 2-0 up against Cardiff City at Ninian Park, but conceded 2 late goals and ended up drawing the game 2-2. They brought them back here at the old version of this ground, but they lost 1-0. Had they beat Cardiff, they'd have faced Queen's Park Rangers, who were then pretty good, one of the top London sides, as QPR fans tend to remember them as. First division side, they'd have faced QPR, so that would have been monumental for Gloucester City. Up here, we've got the press area. Let's go and have a look. well, we've seen some bad away changing rooms when we've done these stadium tours, but just look at this. Can you imagine if they went on another FA Cup run, faced a First Division Premier League team like they almost did in 1990? Would strike fear in their opponents. I mean, again, this was only built in 2020. 4 years ago, and it's already completely wrecked. But I do love this home changing room. Again, the Hulkamania runs wild in here. Look at this red and yellow colour scheme. Absolutely beautiful. Let's just check out the tactics. Tactics are spot on as well. So obviously BT Sport have some of the National League games, and you can see here you've got the Vanarama sponsor. Obviously they sponsor the National League. You've even got the BT Sport logo there. So all the interviews with the manager who's in here, the players and stuff, will take place here. So Roy, what do you think of this stadium? Do you know what? For a National League North team, even though I was a little bit rude about the away changing rooms, it's a cracking little stadium. I'm surprised I've never been here sooner. Maybe it is those Hereford links from back in the day. As I mentioned earlier, you've got that river whereby, well, what is the course of the flooding? I mean, it's not just that only time in 2007. It was a problem from the get-go pretty much in '86 when Gloucester City moved here. They played obviously at a few places prior to coming here, but you can just see by the car park alone how much bloody flooding, how much water gets kind of left on the grounds. But if you look behind me, the ground is actually raised up a little bit. You've got these banks here. So I'm not sure, again, Gloucester City fans, let me know in the comments, was the ground raised in order to prevent the flooding that happened in 2007? As well, it's kind of set on like an industrial site, but you've got fields and stuff in the distance. It's a nice setting, to be fair. Absolutely crazy, as I showed you just then, those bricks that we often see in Premier League clubs or around stadiums of Premier League clubs, Championship clubs, etc., where fans can purchase a brick and put a little kind of bit of writing on them. They've got them here at the home of Gloucester City. I wonder if those bricks were from prior to 2007 and they've kept them. I'd love for that to be the case, should I say. But we're going to finish up here. I've literally dropped the missus off somewhere and I've come on a spur of the moment wander. But let's finish by these shipping containers. Ladies and gents, what do you feel? What do you think? What are your impressions of this stadium built out of shipping containers? Let us know in the comments below and check out some of the videos on screen right now. I'll see you in one of those videos.